Sexual harassment and assault are so pervasive in our culture. An online survey by Stop Street Harassment, a nonprofit organization, found that 81% of women and 43% of men have experienced sexual assault at some point in their lives. In October 2017, women and some men used social media and the hashtag #MeToo to share their stories of sexual harassment and assault. Thus, a movement was born. This movement has put a spotlight on a problem that we all play a role in. This toxic culture contributes to the pain of many. While social media has been used as a platform to shine light on this dark area of society, does it also contribute to sexual harassment and assault in some way? And how can we use this medium to change it?
Yeah, as far as people, utilizing social media platforms to kind of show off a little more of their sexiness or their bodies, etc. I don't think that necessarily should promote sexual harassment. Or I guess I could kind of see from like a simple-minded viewpoint, as far as if you're a guy and you see like these girls and maybe they're doing like sexy, skimpy stuff. Maybe you have like a mental, kind of a thought or a place in your head where you're like, yeah, that's where girls are more like fun and more sexy in that respect. So then you carry that on, but then not all girls are going to be like that. So then I could see that relating to some issues, with like, oh, I think if this girl's doing that, then I should be able to treat all these girls like these objects, And so it's a little bit of, and even like with the social media, people who doing that, the girls doing that, they're kind of objectifying their body just to get more followers, to get more stuff. And so that's ultimately at the end of the day, that's a personal decision on their part. But like I said, it shouldn't play a role in as far as promoting sexual harassment or anything like that, because it's you're showing yourself, you're doing if you're showing little parts of your body, whatever, but you're not doing anything, you're not consenting to anything. That's just your personal choice in the platform that you're using. But that doesn't mean you're consenting to anything. So it shouldn't increase sexual harassment. It still should. Common sense should still outweigh all that. So.
I think social media has both a positive and negative effect on sexual harassment and eventually assault. The positive effect has been a sense of community. Women and some men have come together and shared their stories, and they've made it more palatable for other people to share their stories. And so all these stories are coming out, which is creating a community and creating an awareness, and also eventually creating an accountability for people who are doing the harassment. But I also think social media has provided a vehicle for sexual harassment. It's like a direct pipeline for people to be able to have access to people they want to harass, whether it be through comments or DMs or any other kind of online connection.
I feel like a lot of us lose our individuality, who we are as a person, because we're trying to impress people like, hey, look at me, I'm on this yacht, or I'm in this picture with this celebrity, or I'm like living the dream on vacation, and really it's just like a fake backdrop behind you on a picture. So what people represent themselves in the image compared to how they actually are very different. So someone posting something sexually suggestive doesn't necessarily mean that they want these unsolicited messages or sexual messages or inappropriate messages. But there is a correlation to it. I'm not saying that someone messaging someone like that is justified to do that. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that there are accounts that people just strictly post sexy pictures on. Or people that are photographers that only post pictures of sexy girls because they want a lot of followers. They want to be famous. They want to be known for this. I mean, I have friends and I know they'll scroll through Instagram for a while and it's like a lot of the people they follow are like models or bodybuilders or this or that. So I think everyone, or not everyone, that's generalizing. I think a lot of people follow what they dream to have or what they wish to have. And I think this type of stuff leads to more sexual harassment happening because people feel like they're behind this phone, they're in this hood, like you don't know who they are, and they could just send messages to anyone. They could just like throw bait out there and see if anyone bites. So there's a lot less, I feel like someone sexually harassing online, they have a lot less to lose online than they would in person. So I think there's a lot more people harassing people sexually online that wouldn't do it necessarily in person.
What I want to say about this class and the project that I'm doing for this class, I really want to thank my teacher because he opens our eyes regarding sexual harassment issue in the class. And there was this picture that women were protesting about Me Too movements, and there was this white guy that fixing his tie in front, and he was like taking selfies, and he was trying to show that even though all this stuff is going on, I'm still fixing my tie. And the vibe that we all got about that, it was just some people are sick or they are like just don't take women seriously. And I think because there's so many false statements out there, people are not investigating enough. If the woman has an issue and if she brings it to the society or posts it on social media and she wants everybody to listen to her, we should all listen to her, and then the next step we have to investigate. Of course, it's not our job, but as the media people, it's kind of on us to research that kind of issues along with all the attorneys and all out there, and government and all the people. We have to do our job. As a student in this class, he encouraged us to watch news more, which we all are doing right now. Even on the social media, on Instagram, we can follow CNN channel, we can follow ABC News, Eyewitness News, and we can still be aware of stuff that's going on around us instead of just taking pictures and just show the world that how good we are. Because I think what social media is nowadays, that we want to show something that we are not. We just want to show that perfect image that all the human being has to have because of all the celebrities portraying outside, and then we are not ourselves anymore. So that's kind of scares me. And then regarding the kids, I work with a lot of kids. As a counselor, I'm a camp counselor, as a swimming teacher, I teach swimming, and I see these people 8 years old, 10, 11, 12. Some of them are not even controlling by their parents. They just have social media accounts. So I think having an age limit on those kind of stuff should take it seriously, because they are growing up in this time of technology and social media and everybody not being real, and they just want to be something that it's not true. Not a real woman. Not all the women are like skinny or like models, or like plastic surgeries are not all perfect, because it's not real. So this is kind of an issue, and we kind of talk about it in the class. So what I want to say, it's just, if social media can have age limit, with the parents informed, the kid can open an account because of her or his safety out there, because we don't know who might see his or her picture or who might follow them. There's lots of fake accounts out there, and that's really scary. I think we should protect our kids from social media, because they are future of the country and they are future generations. So they should take these issues seriously. Whoever is managing social media account, or whoever in charge of the age limit for this kind of stuff. I know Facebook has that, but I think all the social media has to have that filter.
Overall, I think social media has had a positive effect and helped to decrease sexual harassment, because it gives people a platform to share a positive message. That's not to say that there's not people who would sexually harass people and they're given an anonymous platform, and that just makes it all the worse. So that exists too, but I think overall as a movement it's making it better. I think that social media does give people anonymity. So some people who might not sexually harass someone in real life might do it online because it's a little bit more impersonal, but just as affecting in a negative way. And I think that anonymity can reveal some nasty things about some people's character, and it can also reveal really amazing things about people's character. So it all depends.
Social media is a reflection of those using it. It can be a force for change or a vehicle to increase harassment and assault. Not much research exists on the impact of social media on harassment and assault, so only time will tell the impact for sure. However, it's safe to say the onus lies with all of us who use social media as a platform for good to influence others in a positive way. When you see sexual harassment online, will you stand up for the victims?